Hello, everyone, and welcome to 30 Days of Illumination. Today is day 11, and it actually feels like I've been doing this for much longer than 11 days. So, thank you to all of you that have been tuning in with me live or watching the replays. So grateful you're here. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you about what's blocking us from connecting to a higher power. And we're going to explore different root causes of why we can be blocked from connecting to spirit. And I know this energy very well because I was blocked for most of my life. And so, I feel like a big part of what I want to do on this earth is to help people connect and remember. And it's actually so beautiful because I was talking to one of my clients in our session today, and she was sharing about this reminder that she was getting that we are spiritual beings living a human experience. And how often do we forget that? Actually, most of us really just tune into the physical world. The majority of society, I want to say. Maybe that's not true. I'm not really sure. I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like most people, especially nowadays, with technology and all the things in the physical world, just not really paying attention to the greater scope of life and spirit all around us. So my name is Sarah Shirley, in case this is the first time you're watching this or connecting with me. I'm an intuitive healer, a spiritual teacher, a channel, a medicine woman. And 30 Days of Illumination is all about helping people who feel like, or people who are highly sensitive, empathic, who are light workers and healers, to step up into your gifts and to gain more awareness around what's going on inside of here and in here, and to help break through some of those blockages that are here for you so that you can step up more into your light and share more of that with the world, which is why you're here. To live your purpose, to share your light, and to also experience beauty and joy and pleasure and all the good things at the same time. So if you're here watching with me live, do drop in the comments and share with me how you're feeling today if you feel called to do so. And I wanted to just also share that I'm offering a free masterclass, which is starting tomorrow, called Release Religious Wounding. It's a 3-day masterclass, and it's all about getting super clear on what are the blocks that are blocking you, that have come from religion, whether it's in this lifetime, past lives, or ancestrally. We're going to get super clear on all the blocks that are there. And then in day 2, we're going to be doing a powerful clearing transmission. And day 3, we're going to do another transmission where I'm going to help you connect even more deeply to spirit and your connection to spirit. Not one that I will be prescribing to you, but one that feels true to you, that you can walk away with and embody more of in your life. So if you'd like to join us for that, then you can click the link in my bio or check out the comments, check out the link in the comments below as well. So let's talk about what can block us. And religion actually is one of the biggest things, religious wounding. So we can have blocks because of things that have happened directly to us, but we can also have blocks from witnessing things that have happened or are happening in our periphery or in other places of the world. We can take on energies because of those, just by witnessing something that's happening that doesn't feel true and doesn't feel good to us or in integrity. So, for example, we might witness, things that have happened by religious leaders that really turn us off, that don't feel good or healthy, and that are not in integrity, like there has been a lot of sexual abuse inside the church, for example. Another aspect of that can be just witnessing, other atrocities that have happened because of religion. So, for example, 9/11, a lot of what was done during that time was kind of in the name of God and in the name of religion by certain people. And I just want to be very clear that just because someone does something in the name of religion, it doesn't mean it's what actually comes from the religion, right? It's just those people who are acting out based on what they think is good and what they think is true. And so that can cause a lot of harm, and that did cause so much harm to many Muslim people around the world who had nothing to do with that and who would have never done something like that. But then we say, oh, that was religion that caused that. That religion is bad, for example. And this can happen with any religion, no matter which one, or a spiritual path as well. Another big one, and I find this is huge for so many of the people that I've worked with, is being shut down by your family in your childhood. if you were gifted spiritually, and they were scared. Like I've heard, children say, for example, that they were, or people, adults say that as children, they were able to perceive spirits and ghosts in their childhood. And then their families got really scared and helped, like, said, that's bad, that's wrong, that's scary, don't do that. And so they shut down their gifts. And by shutting down our gifts, we're shutting down a part of who we are and what we're meant to be doing here on the planet as well. I wrote here in quotes, that's the devil's work. So this can come from, our family members and religion also, of saying, like, doing spiritual work and being connected to, like, the earth and the elements, or the moon, for example, or doing rituals, like, that's the devil's work. I know my mom was kind of scared sometimes when I was starting out on this, and she'd ask me certain questions like, is that bad, like what you're doing? Or like, I was reading oracle cards, and she was like saying this, like, is that the devil's work? And I was like, no, Mom. And she's pretty open spiritually as well. So it was kind of interesting to see that and witness that. But there's so much judgment that can come from the people around us. And I've seen it so much. A lot of light workers and clients, like current and past, have had so much fear around coming out of the spiritual closet. Yeah, that's a thing, coming out of the spiritual closet. Let me know in the comments below if you've had any of that fear in your life, like coming out of the spiritual closet and letting yourself be seen. Because to be honest with you, there is and has been throughout history so much persecution that we've experienced because of our spiritual beliefs and our religions. And many of us carry that imprint inside of us from past lives, especially. And so there's this fear of, if I show myself and put myself out there, I'm going to be rejected or persecuted. And so that can actually stop us from deepening our connection to a higher power, because there's fear there. And it doesn't feel good when we have to hide as well. Like maybe you have this deep connection to spirit, but you feel like you have to hide it from others. So the more that you come to, like, acceptance and love of who you are and where you're at and what you believe in, you'll notice that the world around you also reflects that back to you. The people around you will be more respectful of your beliefs, and they'll support you a lot more because you support yourself. This goes for everything in life, basically. So many of us, like I said, have experienced past life persecution. And that can be us being persecuted, for example, all the witches. I know many of us carry this witch wound of being burned at the stake or being hung by a noose. Sorry for the graphic, but it's true. I've seen that before. One of my clients had this energetic noose around her neck still, and we needed to clear that. And it gave her permission after that to put herself out there more with spirit, or like with her, about her spiritual connection and her gifts. So we could have been persecuted. We also might have persecuted others in past lives as well. Or I've seen in one of my clients' cases, she witnessed persecution. And actually that was such a powerful healing that we did. She was living somewhere in South America in a past life in, like, I think around the 1500s. And she was somebody who lived there already. Or I think she was a white person. I can't remember exactly. It was a couple of years ago. But she witnessed the invaders coming, the conquistadores, I don't know the word in English, come and slaughter many indigenous people. And she felt she was carrying this really intense guilt and shame because she didn't do anything about it to stop it. And so that clearing helped her open more, because we actually worked with Jesus in that healing with Yeshua from a non-religious perspective, and clear that energy, that guilt that was there, and it helped her open a lot more to her connection to spirit. And she was very gifted, and her gifts kept opening and unfolding as she continued to clear that, and especially after that particular healing. So it's neat, like we can have experienced it ourselves, we can have done it to others, and we might carry this guilt and shame, or we may have even just witnessed. I love that. It's beautiful. Owning myself and my spirituality has brought more love into my life and more life into my love. Ooh, I like that. That's so beautiful. Yeah. And, there is a massive percentage of the population that's been just evolving, I think probably in the last 100 years or so, where so many people are straying away from any kind of spirituality or organized religion, because I think a lot of us, as we've gotten much more in touch with the industrialized world and with technology, it's taking us away from this deeper connection, this connection to something deeper. Hello to those that are here live with me. Welcome. So nice to see you. And so a larger percentage of people is becoming or are claiming themselves as atheists, not even believing in any kind of higher power. Or agnostic, meaning like they believe in something, but they're not sure what, or it's not identified. So there's so much wrapped around this. And the question is like, for you, why do you feel disconnected? And I think it's a beautiful thing to drop more deeply into. And if you're not sure why or what kind of blockages you might be experiencing, you can just take some time to meditate and see, by placing your hands on your body, what's here for me? What beliefs do I have around a higher power? And what kind of blocks might be in the way of me connecting to that? Some of us, for example, feel like, how could there be a God if all this atrocity is happening in the world? I've seen it, and I've even felt it in myself before, this anger towards God or spirit. And personally, I don't really like using the word God at all, because for me, it's so wrapped up in so much meaning that doesn't feel good. Like it feels like this like white man in the sky. And that doesn't feel good to me, And I think there are probably a lot of us, I'm curious if that feels true to you as well, like this word God, like how does that resonate for you? And I think it's beautiful if people use it. Like I'm respectful and supportive of everyone. It's just for me, it's like, God, I feel like it leaves out the feminine. And maybe that's my own kind of blockage too, that God needs to have some sort of gender to it, right? So it's so cool. We can just explore these things. There's no right or wrong answer. I don't know what the truth is, I'll be honest, maybe my perception and my beliefs change in like a day or a week or a month or 10 years or 20 years, or maybe they stay the same. And that's the beautiful thing about spirituality, is that you get to carve your own path. You get to tune into what feels true to you. And nobody else should tell you what's wrong or right. I think that's, for me, one of the biggest blocks is like, my family's Christian. I grew up quote unquote Christian, not very religious. Many of my aunts and uncles and cousins were very religious and would go to church every week. And from a young age, I was 4, and I asked my parents if I could stop going to church because I didn't resonate there. And I think there's this part of me that's never liked being told what to do or what to believe in. And so I'm sure there are others out there who feel that way too. It's like being told, like with the dogma, like this is how you should think, this is how you should feel. That can create a lot of disconnect, because it also makes us disconnect from our own truth when we're being prescribed what to do or what to think or what to feel. So I'm curious to hear a little bit, if you want to share in the comments, what do you feel like could be blocking your deeper connection to spirit or to a higher power? This is a great question to journal on if you don't know the answer right now. But what do you feel could be blocking your connection to spirit and a higher power? And it's like, it happens in layers, I feel like. We might have a lot of layers of blockage. We might just have one big one that needs to be released and alchemized. But explore it, because if you have this pull and you want to connect more deeply to spirit, then you can. You just need to explore what's in the way of that for you. So one of the ways that I'm going to be supporting my community is through my masterclass that I'm offering tomorrow. It's called Release Religious Wounding. And it's going to be a 3-day masterclass. We'll get super clear on what are all the religious or spiritual blocks that you might be carrying inside of you, inside your body, in your field, in your mind, in your awareness. We're going to be doing some very deep work to clear all of that. And then also a channel transmission to help you reconnect to a higher power in a healthier way that supports you, that supports your life purpose and your mission here on this planet. So if you would like to join us, you can check the link in my bio, or I'll put the link in the comments as well to this video. And I hope you'll be there, and I would love for you to share with your friends if you feel called as well. So tomorrow, for 30 days, I will be sharing about understanding more of your soul's purpose. This is like a big charged topic for so many of us. We want to get really clear on our purpose and to serve from a place that feels really true to us. So I'll be talking about that tomorrow. So I hope you'll join live. And I'm sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I hope I'll see you soon. Much love, everyone. Bye.